Welcome to Cover Graphic number 2. I'm about to do a Tompha demonstration with these commas as Tomphas. I'm going to also do a short live. In about 3 seconds, I'm going to activate the live. So that'll be that because I'm expecting a phone call. So this probably won't be a long video. Okay. I don't know if the live is activating. Yes, the live is activating. Okay, if you're on TikTok, you're above. If you're on YouTube, you're below. TikTok, this won't be a live. This is going to be long. But I want to talk about some Tompha stuff. Before I begin anything, as always, if I haven't, then I should have been. And if you are a martial artist, you should be doing this also. Please do not attempt. Now, what you have in my hands is actual practice commas. But by the power of my imagination, they're going to be Tomphas. Now, I'm expecting a phone call, so this TikTok live can end at any time. And once I get that phone call, it's about cosplay, so the TikTok live will end. But later, the video that I'm posting on YouTube about Tomphas, you will be able to see. Alright, so here's how this works. These are commas, and now we're using my imagination to make them Tomphas. Now, I say this all the time for the simple fact that this is what happens. A lot of people don't understand that a Tompha is just as dangerous as anything else. It's just made out of wood. Now, Tomphas have their place, and they're close-quarter combat machines. Alright? So if you like fighting in close, Tomphas might be your thing. Commas would definitely be your thing. But understand the risk factor of fighting in actual combat with Tomphas or commas, you're in trouble. So you better have your shit together. Period. These things are great if you know what they're doing. Not great if you don't. I cannot respond. I apologize. I'm expecting a phone call, so don't get too happy with the Tuesday night throwdown in the live. But we are going to teach you some aspects from this side. So if you're an inside to outside swimmer with your Tompha, you will usually strike and then strike. I am the opposite. I am an outside Tompha swinger, so I will strike and then I will strike. Now, so that you can see the difference, inside, it's coming from the in to the out. Outside is coming from the out to the in. I prefer out because it's less chance of me hitting my body, where if I do this and I don't get clear, like see how my body's right here, if I don't get clear, I'm going to hit my rib trying to hit someone else, and you don't want that. You also don't want to do it this way. You see how my arms are folded? If I don't get clear, I might catch myself in the chin. See, a lot of people, when they give you these martial art demonstrations, they don't tell you about the bad shit. That's my job. I'm telling you the truth. This can work more against you than coming around. Alright? Because it's inside. If you don't get that distance, if you come too short, you are going to hit your own rib. And if you're one of those like powerhouse people, because I don't have a lot of body strength, but if you don't get that full extension and you come out and you try to do some shit like that and you hit your own ribs, you're going to get fucked up. It's going to be pretty bad for you to beat yourself up because your opponent thought that they were doing something, but it was you because you cracked your own rib trying to get it out. Or if you popped yourself in the chin because you couldn't get full extension. So you will figure out what works better for you. I'm telling you what works better for me. So if I'm fighting, boom, I'm going outside. Boom, I'm coming outside. I am not going to boom and go inside unless it's the only option that I have at that moment. And the reason why I said at that moment is because in the heat of a fight, there's a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on. Besides adrenaline, fear, anger, and worrying about if you're going to win, lose, or survive, you have one mission in the fight, and that is to survive. Period. You ain't worried about winning. You're worried about surviving. If you're fighting for a win, it's more than likely you're in a sporting competition. Alright? So that means you're the UFC or some shit like that where weapons are not allowed. Where you are the weapon. Where if you're fighting to survive and you have weapons, you're fighting to survive. There is a big difference between fighting to survive and fighting for a paycheck. Understand that shit. So if you're fighting to survive, boom, boom, that's your blocking your strike, boom, boom. You see how I jabbed myself? Now, if I would have went the other way, I would have did more damage. But I just poked myself, and I was still able to recover. But that's because I'm also used to doing this little number. Because hitting myself down here where there's superficial damage, unless I like shoot out a kidney, you know, I'm okay. But if I'm up here and I break a rib or something trying to come in, then I'm in problems. So you gotta learn your blocks with these things. You know, you got your standard blocks, you got your kickboxing blocks. You know, yes, you can incorporate your kickboxing blocks with your knees. Boom, 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 boom. You got those blocks. Now, striking from this position is kind of difficult. So instead of using the block arm, you want to use the free arm. All right? Because this is what happens with the block arm. What are you striking? You're blocking. So you have this way or you have this way. And if you're blocking, you really don't have a lot of options this way or this way. You just don't. So that's what the other arm's for. Boom. Coming in. You understand? So you've blocked someone coming at you. You've blocked. Boom. And then you're going to strike. Or you're going to block and you're going to strike. And then you can add some other shit to it. Now, 9 times out of 10, if you're fighting with Tomphas or Tomphas, you're going to engage with your feet as well. You're probably going to have to. So, boom, boom, boom. That foot, that front push kick, created enough distance for me to get this thing out of there. Understand? So, boom, there. I got the distance. Block, boom. That's one. Block, push, boom, boom. Understand? See, and putting all of that together, you have a better chance of being able to get your ass back into the fighting position. So they're throwing a punch, and I block here, I can kick here, and I can step, and I can strike, or I can block, and I can strike, depending on what style of martial art I intend on using. So I'm doing Kung Fu, boom, boom. That's going to be a lot easier than boom and boom, plus I'm right there. I'm already in a Wing Chun stance. Alright? So if they throw in a kick, and they're throwing it low, I can lift my foot. If they're throwing it middle, I can jam my elbows down and lift my knee up and try to catch their leg. Not with my hands, but with the bottom of the Tompha. So, boom, that's a block. So I'm striking and blocking at the same time. Boom. You know, so they're throwing this round kick. You know, I'm a short guy, so it's coming right around here. Boom. You know, so I'm blocking at the same time. Just in case it's one of these low level kicks, so I can, boom. I'm a short guy, so they're going to have to spin down. So my target could be like their shin, because I'm going to try to jab this bitch into their shin. I know it sounds bad, but you got to look at the pros and cons. I jab you in the shin, I still get to keep fighting. Because when you stop, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go in for the gutso and make sure that I end this shit immediately. Fights do not last in real life like they do in the movies. Your standard fight, and I'm not talking about in the arena, I'm not talking about UFC, I'm not talking about wrestling. A real fight generally lasts 3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5. Now you got some that might be an enigmatic party where both people are very well trained, and if they're serious, it may go the full 5 to 7. But I've never seen a real fight go more than 7 minutes outside of boxing or outside of UFC. Alright? Understand how that shit works. And add on weapons to it too. If we're fighting with Tomphas, I promise you, if I hit you with this bitch, 3 to 5. Unless you are a fucking colossus. 3 to 5. Yeah, because this is wood. It's going to hurt. If you Google police baton, you will see something similar to this. You will actually see a real one versus this training comma. And you will actually see what that shit looks like and how thick it is. Trust me, when you get hit with one of these damn batons, a Tompha, and the butt of a comma, oh, you're going to fucking know it. And you're probably going to wake up in the hospital after you get struck. You're not going to freaking be like in the movies. You're not going to be like Van Damming the shit out of that shit. Because when somebody's doing this, these aren't the real McCoy. The real McCoy is thicker. It covers like this much more. It covers your entire arm. And it goes to the elbow. It shouldn't go more than maybe where this comma is. It probably shouldn't go more there. But up here, it will probably go just a little bit more. And the Tomphas are not something that you should sleep on. Alright? The bad thing is, they're close quarter combat. And if you're not a good fighter up close, you don't want to be messing with Tomphas. Alright? Same thing with commas, same side, same thing with butterfly daggers. Anything that involves you getting in, then you better learn how to fight close range. And if you don't know how to fight close range, stick to the bow staff, stick to the Quan Dao, stick to weapons that have range so that you do not get messed up. A good weapon for you to practice is the bow staff. A great weapon for you to practice is the monkey stick. Go to the WMAC Masters, watch Richard Brandon, aka Yin Yang Man. He can tell you all about the monkey stick. Alright? But when you're doing commas, boom! That's me. This might be you. Boom! So understand, you have your outswing and you have your inswing. And you see how I have to stretch more to get it out versus coming from the outside? Boom! I can come from the outside almost everywhere except for there with little to no problem. Now this is a block, by the way. You know, not many people use it, so for you to see it, someone's throwing a jab, boom. You know, someone's throwing a jab, boom. Those are blocks. I don't use them, motherfuckers. I'll just bat you away this way versus trying to swing this thing. Because what if this goes wrong? What if I do this, but my chin's too long? Click out. You know, I'd be to knock myself out. You don't want to be in a position with a comma or a tompha where you can engage yourself by accident. Now with the with a tompha, you're a lot safer than you are with a comma. If you literally cut yourself with a comma, you deserve it because you were probably trying to do something stupid. All right, now you want to incorporate your kicks with your tompha. Boom, boom. All right. Now the thing is, there are some kicks you just aren't gonna need. All right. It's even in real fights, you're just not gonna need them. You know, this front kick, boom. This side kick, boom. Those are okay. You're not really gonna need this jumping push front kick thing. You're not gonna need it, but it is optional. You're not gonna do this. You have weapons. And besides, in real life, no one's gonna give you the chance. When I get right here in the air, right there, if you duck, I'm dead. Understand how that shit works. You're not gonna need this. If you duck, I'm dead. If you sidestep, I'm dead. Now, what can I do with these? Boom, foot sweep, front foot sweep, throw that back elbow. You notice my guard was down, but I was ready for that elbow. And notice, when I threw that back elbow, I extended the tompha first. I didn't go boom and then doom, or boom and then doom, because this foot sweep here is put me in a dangerous position, which many foot sweeps do. All right, this foot, if you jump over my leg and I don't swing this tompha, you might land and break my leg. You have to know what fucking fights require kicks. All right, if you're using tomphas, you're not really gonna be using your body that much, outside of extending your fist and your tompha. All right, block, strike, that's me. As you see, I do outside. I hate this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Block, inside. You see I had to get clear, because if I don't get clear, I'm going to hit myself in the rib. That's not a good feeling, especially with the real ones, because they're thicker than this. So if I block and I don't get clear, let's see, I don't get clear, it's fully armed. I don't get clear, I'm going to tear up my ribs. We don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So if I'm going to block this way and I strike, let's say I'm doing Wing Chun, so I'm in my Wing Chun stance, I block and I strike, and I can counter after, so I block, I strike, then I strike again, boom, I can push kick. But I'm pretty sure once I block and I strike, this one is overkill, and the kick is overkill, especially if I connect. Now if I don't connect, you keep going. But if you do connect, you're hitting somebody with like 4 inches of plywood, depending on what the fuck the damn comma is made out of, or the tompha is made out of, depending on what the hell you're hitting them with, how thick the damn thing is. When I cut you across the face with this bitch, trust me, you're going to sleep. Unless you got like Colossus, because then my shit's going to break. But you know, 9 out of 10, you get hit in the face with a tompha, the butt, you're going to be hurting. You're going to be cruising for a bruising. You may even have to get your jaw relocated, because it's going to be rearranged for sure. Now, if someone's attacking you with tomphas, you know, your blocks, you want to be able to block, and keep blocking. And blocking is very important, so understand your high block, your low block. Your high block here, the return, regardless, kind of sucks. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to like it. But this, and this, or this, and this, it's just like, it's not comfortable for me. and it sucks. So if I'm blocking here, I'm striking with the opposite hand. You don't have to do that. It depends on who the hell's training you. But trust me when I tell you, this and this is almost pointless compared to block and strike, or block and strike. Now, and that I got to get clear. I have to get clear, because if I'm not clear, I'm gonna be on my rear. So let's say the person's coming down with an axe kick. Boom! He's kicking this. Now, depending on that person's weight differential, and he's coming down, this is an axe kick for those who are not familiar. He's coming down. So that means he's got to be pretty tall compared to me to come down. So if I block this bitch, boom, I better be checking out his leg, because there's a good chance that when he lands on this, he might break my arm. That's just the reality of it. If I'm fighting a guy who's like 500 pounds, he does an axe kick, you know, my arm's probably going to get broken. Even with this Tompha. Excuse me, it's a Tompha for my imagination. But if this is a Tompha and he's coming down, he's 500 pounds. I'm a $130, if that. So if I'm blocking this bitch, I'm still coming down because he's 500 pounds. So on my way down, I better do something. Now this is going for a leg, but in reality, I'm going up to his no-no square, because if I'm going to have a broken arm, I'm going to make sure he got something that's going to slow him down so that I can recover. Even with this broken arm, I'll still have another. And he's hanging on to his future children. So now I can just open up on him, you know. You can also clack the back of somebody's head with a Tompha and pull them towards you. So if I got a broken arm and I clack the back so it will look like this on the back of his neck, boom! I'm going to drive a knee into him. And since people are coming into my live, you're going to have to check the rest of the video out on my YouTube channel, Comfort Havoc number 2. I'll let you guys know when it's posted. Hello, dear friends. I got to go. People are coming into the live. So I got to end it, because I don't want other people's kids on my shit. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Why is this not working? It is not working. And my nose is running. Fantastic. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Okay, so if you're still on YouTube, I'm going to hurry up and end this now, because my nephew got in the live and God only knows what else is going to happen. I'm also expecting a phone call. So as I said, you know, you can hook their neck with the comma as well as the Tompha. We're using this as Tomphas. I'm sorry I keep saying it's a comma, because it's literally a comma, but we're using it as a Tompha. But you can hook them and you can pull them. And when you pull them, you can drive your knee into them, because you know you don't just have the option of doing it like this all the time. You can use the back of the God damn it. You can use the back of the comma. God damn it. You can use the back of the Tompha and wrap it around their backside of their neck and yoke them into your knee. Alright? And if the guy broke this arm, so I still have this Tompha, and I can hook him and pull him in, because he's already holding his stuff if you were up to speed with the last scenario before I stopped the live. Alright, so finally, show you the kicks you're not going to use. And I'm going to tell you, if you're going to fight with commas or Tomphas, you're going to have to get in close. You're going to have to know the ins and outs of getting in close. So your blocks, that's a block. Your block and counter, or your block and counter. Make sure you get clear if you're going from inside to outside. And a lot of people don't tell you these things when they're training you, because they pretty much want you to fuck around and find out. And generally when you fuck around and find out, you find out the hard way. And that's not a good thing. It's better to learn the easy way than to learn the hard way. The school of hard knocks suck. And if you don't clear, you will be learning from the school of hard knocks. You know? So if guys coming, boom, strike, I'm set. Boom, strike, push off. Now I can reset. I don't know if I'm still on camera, so let's try it again. Guys coming, I'm in my Wing Chun stance, boom, strike, I can step back, boom, push off, I can step back, and I can keep my momentum. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm back in my spot. And you want to be able to move freely, because if you don't, he who hesitates meditates from the horizontal position. That being said, I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Comfort Havoc number 2. Thank you guys for watching. Be seeing you. Greatly appreciate you. Much love to the 235 of you here. Anthony Madison. I apologize. My videos might be a little bit, they might be a little underreaching. But people started coming out, and I don't have a problem performing. I just don't want people who don't want to be in my videos on the videos, because I don't like having to delete and start all over unless I like overspeak or underspeak or triple my words and shit like that. I will try to make you a better birthday video, just not today. Thank you guys for watching. I am Echo Van Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Avenue number 2. Be seeing you, and yes, my nose is running.